Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here tonight. My name is Jason Johansson, the Homicide Lieutenant with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, and I'm here this evening to provide you an update to a murder investigation that we've been working since the 1st of December of 2023, that we've been working relentlessly through the whole month of December, and I'm happy to report today that we have identified 2 suspects in that case and that we've been able to make an arrest. For those of you that are aware, on December 1st of 2023, our homicide team began working an investigation of 5 unhoused citizens that were struck by gunfire in the area of Charleston and Honolulu. As a result of that shooting, 2 of those unhoused citizens, Timothy Brenton and Ashley Burrell, were later pronounced deceased after injuries sustained as part of that shooting. Our homicide team took over that case, and we've been working throughout the night, and we are happy to report again that we, during the operation today, took our suspects into custody. Our shooter we have identified as Cristobal Omar Perez. He's a 31-year-old male, and his girlfriend, Kylie Young, that's A-U, and then Young, Y-O-N-G. Both of them are in custody right now, and they'll later tonight be booked into the Clark County Detention Center on charges of murder and battery with a deadly weapon. I'll walk you through how our investigation led us to this point, but understand that this is still an open and active investigation that we're conducting at this time, and some of the details I will not be able to answer questions on. On the evening of December 1st, we know that Cristobal and his girlfriend Kylie had a plan to conduct this murder, that Cristobal was dropped off in a neighborhood just to the north of where this murder occurred, and that he waited for a black SUV that we had released to the media prior to pick him up on the south side of Charleston on Sand Hill. Once that vehicle parked on Sand Hill, Cristobal walked towards where our victims were and immediately began indiscriminately shooting in cold blood at them as they were in their encampment. He then fled across the street to his getaway vehicle, which then drove to the area of 1700 Palm, which is just up the road from there, where his girlfriend Kylie was waiting in another getaway vehicle for him. After he was dropped off there, they then drove away to their residences up in the northwest area of Las Vegas Valley. Again, through an extensive amount of video surveillance, hundreds of hours of video surveillance, and a lot of data and interviews, we were able to identify the sequence of events that I just described to you today. We still believe we have an outstanding suspect in this case that we are working on identifying and confirming who they are. But this investigation, this was a critical step in our investigation, was making the arrest tonight. I'd like to thank the FBI CAT team and our Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Major Violators team for assisting us in this investigation, and to our homicide team that, again, I can't stress enough how much time went into this investigation to get us to this point. With that, I'll take any additional questions you may have.
Do you have any idea what drove them to commit this crime?
That's a good question. As to the motive of the crime, we're still shoring up what we believe is the motive. All signs indicate that there was some sort of dispute between a relative of Cristobal, who lives in the area to the north of where this shooting took place, and that as a result of this dispute, this shooting occurred.
So when you say lived, they were not unhoused, the suspects?
The suspects were not unhoused, no. This was clearly, through our investigation, on that evening, we didn't know a lot what happened on 12/1, who the suspect was, what the connection. What we know now is this was clearly a targeted planned attack on these specific unhoused individuals that were citizens that were living there in that encampment. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for your time. I appreciate you coming out.